You can't ship those characters together. It's weird. It's also pretty problematic that you even enjoy that storyline. I mean, I know I read it too, but then I stopped. Hey, kiddo. Are you being chronically online again? Mom. Okay, well, I just wanted to remind you that no one offline cares about this stuff. I'm a little worried that this even got offline and onto a phone call. What is this about exactly? It's a Sonic fanfic. The Hedgehog? Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the park tomorrow and get some fresh air, okay?
So this is an interesting question because it kind of has more than one answer. On one hand, I could just show you the raw data of which top 10 fandoms on ao3 have the most Omegaverse fics, and in that case, the winner would be BTS with almost 1,300. But the problem with that is it's kind of skewed by some fandoms just being bigger than others. So instead I wanted to see which fandoms had the highest percentage of Omegaverse fics. But I only wanted to look at fandoms with a significant amount, so I only looked at fandoms with over 2,000 Omegaverse fics. And in that case, this would be the statistics, with BTS still topping the list, having over 6.5% of the total fanfictions the Omegaverse. Let that sink in, 6.5% of total BTS fanfictions on ao3 are Omegaverse. That is almost 1 in 15. Followed by Yuri on Ice at over 6% and Hannibal at over 5.8%. Every day I wake up, I hate myself more than the last.
The moment that my mental health became irreparably damaged can be directly pinpointed to the moment that I went from everything I've learned about the Omegaverse has been against my will to
We were running out through the storm, through the night.
But that is the end of the game. That is the end of Five Nights at Freddy as far as I know. Like, I don't even think that I want there to be any more Five Nights at Freddy's after this.
Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier and
Who is the Avengers' biggest enemy?
Oh, that's easy. Thanos.
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 Honestly, I'd say chafing.
I know she's a loser. How did you know? Me and the crew used to do her.
Ooh! Could you eat that scrundily yum yum up?
Don't make me choose between you and her.
Why? Because you'll choose her.
Yeah. I'll choose her.
Yeah, make 'em back it up. Yeah, make 'em back it up. Back it up. Girl, wobble it, and I'ma gobble it.
Are you serious? Ugh. Where? Where? Where, Dwight?
Seems like you already know where.
Alright, so what's your favourite Harry Potter? It's the Prisoner of Azkaban book. Obviously. Yeah, it's not though, is it? Fine. It's the Philosopher's Stone, because I just love the nostalgia. Right, we must not tell lies, remember? Tell the truth. Oh, fine. It's the Half-Blood Prince movie. Yeah, you might think that that's it, but it's not. Alright, fine, don't judge me, okay? I know the storyline isn't great, but it's the cursed child play, alright? Just seeing the magic live on stage, it just does something to you, you know? Yeah, that's like Ron Weasley. It's nobody's favourite. Fine. It's Fantastic Beasts. Which one? The Crimes of Grindelwald? Alright, now you're just being ridiculous. Come on, tell the truth. Okay, fine. It's all the young dudes. And what is that exactly? It's a fanfiction that follows the Marauders and their friends through the whole of their Hogwarts career and up to the war, and they all die in it, and it's tragically sad, and Sirius and Remus fall in love, and it's just beautiful and tragic and...
I woke up in the morning with a full face of makeup and perfect hair. Instead of checking my phone like other girls, I started reading the book on my bedside table. Gee, I thought, I'm so quirky, no wonder all the girls at my school bully me. YN! My mother rushed into my bedroom, frantic. Pack your things, it's time to go. What do you mean? I asked, biting my lip. We hoped it wouldn't come to this, but your father has lost all his money gambling, and so we have no choice but to sell you. What? My blue orbs widened. Who did you sell me to? Allo, love. A dark and sexy British accent caressed my ears. Just then, the leader of my city's mafia gang, Harry Styles, entered the room. He ran a hand through his chocolate curls and assessed me with a hungry gaze that made my insides quiver. I glared at him, full of loathing. He was the hottest man I'd ever met, but I was the only woman in the city who could withstand his charm. Ugh, I can't believe I have to go live with you in your billion-dollar mansion. You'll probably make me wear dresses and high heels, which I can't walk in because I'm so awkward and relatable. Well, too bad, Harry replied with a smirk. You're mine now, love. All right then, said my mother, who literally gave birth to me but was completely fine selling me to a stranger. I'm off to Jackson Wang's party. Have fun, you two!
Burn it.
What?
Did I say stand there and look stupid? No, I said burn it.
Reading more fanfiction authors' notes, toks.
I'm sorry for the delay. I'm currently homeless and we've been hotel hopping for days. The ao3 writer's curse is real. The stress gave me serious writer's block, and for that I'm sorry. I hope you enjoyed this chapter. Sorry for vanishing for 2 months. I got diagnosed with a degenerative disease. Anyways, here's more deranged blurb content. I literally got sick like 2 days after I started writing this. This isn't my first sick fic that I get sick while/after writing it. I think I'm cursed. This chapter would have been released last night, but I got distracted by a YouTube series that goes over creating an alien biosphere.
One thing about me is that I'm 4'2". I've got messy blonde hair, my eyes ocean blue. See, I'm not like other girls, I was born different, I'm unique. Everyone stops and stares the minute they hear me speak, except my owners. Yeah, my owners. I was sold to One Direction. My mom called me downstairs one day and they were just in the kitchen next to the Dolan twins. She owed a debt and they came for collection. Turns out all the guys in the band fell in love with me, which is no surprise because I'm so tiny and pretty. One day Harry was acting mean, so I was like, Harry, this isn't you. Look at me, you're better than this. So I went to the stage that appeared out of nowhere and I sang my fight song. Yeah, my fight song, and it goes like this. This is my fight song, take back my life. Harry, look at me. My powers turn.
My name is YN, and I guess I've always known I was different. I mean, I never wear makeup like other girls, and I much prefer jeans and sneakers to dresses and skirts. Other girls spend their time talking about boys or magazines, but I read. Anyway, enough about me. Let's get on with the story. I opened my front door to find none other than my best friend, Harry Styles. Hey, YN, he said, running a hand through his disheveled curls. My orbs widened. He looked troubled. What is it, Harry? I have to tell you something, he said, not meeting my eyes. Sorry, I mean my orbs. I'm a werewolf. Oh my gosh! I held a hand to my chest. Are you serious? I'm the alpha of my local wolf pack, he explained. And that's not all. This morning I woke up and felt this pull leading me to you. I think you're my mate, YN. I bit my lip. What did this mean? I couldn't possibly be Harry's mate. He was my best friend, practically my brother, and I never thought about boys romantically because I was shy and awkward and not like other girls. I tucked a lock of hair behind my ear, remembering one more important detail. Don't you have a girlfriend? Harry scoffed. You mean Taylor? She's nothing to me. Why would I want a girly girl who wears dresses and makeup when I could have you, a girl who reads? That makes sense, I agreed. Look, why don't we go out on a date and see how things go? My second in command, Jackson Wang, is throwing a party tonight. Come with me? Okay, I said, but I'm bringing my book.
And it's so hard, and it's cold here.
I don't think you guys realize how many parts of this I could make. Anyway, welcome back to... Oh, this is what fan fiction you used to read says about you. Let's rip it off. Let's rip that band-aid off together right now. Congratulations, you were a Doc Martin girly. Welcome to the club. I feel like you also pretended to know a lot about cars at some point, and we forgive you. Literally no one mentioned this in the comments of the last video, and that pissed me off because I know you guys were there. I know you existed. Every character in this show sucked in their own way. The same way you make excuses for people that suck in your life. If you read fanfiction about the show and these two weren't together, you're boring. You got into this back when you thought you were gonna be an English major, a psychology major. Maybe you changed your mind, maybe you didn't. You are turned on by a British accent, and this is proof of it. I just know you are a vanilla muffin. You used to draw on your Converse and you had a bracelet making phase, and it was beautiful, so sweet. You are tortured on the inside of you. I hope there's someone in your life you can talk to because you love to suffer. And you're probably gay. I'm feeling chaotic. Let's do this. What fanfictions you used to read says about you, part 3. Starting off strong. If you read about either of these or both of them, if you know what I mean, your favorite flavor of pizza is cheese. You can eat it at all. I feel like you have stomach issues. I can't tell if you're straight, but you are into older men. You must be a Weasley. No matter who you were into or how this worked, you are devastatingly sarcastic. You also think you might have ESP, and you have called yourself an empath in public before. I just know you were wearing Vans when you were reading this on the toilet. There was a time in your life where you really wanted to learn how to skateboard. It didn't work out. And that applies to all of them. And if you don't recognize this band, then you read My Chemical Romance fanfiction or All Time Low. Aha, I know you thought you blocked this out. If you read anything about this man, you get disappointed very easily, especially with him. You're working on it though. You're trying to get better. In the world of fandom, there are winners and losers. You read this, you're a winner. You knew the whole time. Congratulations. I'm feeling slightly unhinged like every other day. This is what fanfictions you used to read says about you, part 5. First up, we have a human version of a soup dumpling. You want to bite this man and slurp out the juice, even though he looks like Bambi. I feel like you suffer from major FOMO and you go to sleep every single night thinking everyone hates you. And it's not true. You're insecure, don't know what for. This is how kinky you are now based on who was your favorite. So it's least kinky, slightly more kinky, very kinky, and pretty kinky because you read these two together. So you wore Uggs as a kid. You're an Ugg wearer. If you could afford it. This is an old, greasy, sad boy. What was it like eating your lunch alone so often as a child? Did it traumatize you? Definitely suffer from picked last syndrome, which is something I just made up. Wasn't this a time to be alive? I just know you've called yourself like a guy's girl or like one of the boys at some point. You give off pick-me energy, or you used to. You're working on it. LOL, this isn't real. And just so you know, you made up everything in your own head. You're someone who needs to know all the information about everything you consume. You will sit up in the middle of the night if you can't remember the difference between the Hollywood Chris's. If you read Wolfstar, you're not straight. Ship is for the martyrs. This ship is literally for everyone who puts everyone's needs above themselves. Definitely craft, and confrontation does scare you. The show is so amazing and yet so terrible for your mental health. You shipped Balark, like that drove you insane for so long. You punched the sky when those two actors got married. You were into Clexa, you're gay, and you probably write poetry. Doing research on this scarred me. You had a psychotic break, very young. And it changed you forever. But you recovered, and you know your limits now. It just doesn't mean you follow them. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to change the series to roasting your favorite fanfictions because this is a lot. Welcome back. Bang, take that, steric. I know you don't need me to tell you that you're mentally ill because I know you already know. I'm just saying you can't use that as an excuse to get more tattoos. I'm also really sad, but in like a hot way, in a cool way. Oh, sweetie, you know this man isn't good for you. None of his characters are good for you on this show, and you know that. Whenever you're dating a medium ugly man, you try to tell yourself he looks like this guy, and it's not true. Sorry. I am a believer in the Evan Peters to Eddie Munson pipeline. Reading these fanfictions has helped you heal your high school trauma, and no, listening to Fleetwood Mac is not a personality trait. Jail. Immediately jail. Immediately jail. What is wrong with you? I don't care who it was with. Jail. Jail. I didn't mean to kink shame you. I'm just worried about you. Oh, someone did theater in high school. I'm just kidding. You just weren't cool in high school. Sorry. You have referred to yourself as a lone wolf, and that's probably just because you don't have a lot of friends. Same goes for you low-key people. Exact same thing. You're just a little kinkier. God damn it. I'm just gonna tell you the truth straight up. You were into just Edward fanfiction. You were a really lonely child, or you were an only child. We just wanted someone to be obsessed with us, and that's what he was. No, I'm not okay. This is what fanfictions you used to read says about you. Part 6. Someone stop me. Welcome to Daddy Issues. This fandom is full of you. Your expectations for your own fight or flight syndrome are way too high. Why do you think you can fight people? You can't. Look at you. Congratulations. You're about to be a Pedro Pascal fan in a year from now. I'll see you there. Sad, sad little sweet potato. You just need a long hug and a warm bath. You are a human snuggie. You are a blanket with arms. You do own a pillow pet and or a squishmallow. And you do have a name for it that is kind of funny. You overuse the crying emoji. And yes, you do dabble musical theater. A child. This version of Peter Pan is like if Tom Holland was less British and meaner. You're about that, and that's kind of weird. Someone who's like, I just want a nice guy, but literally you roll your eyes when everyone shows you like any form of affection. Everyone and their mom is saying if you were into this, you were probably bisexual, and I do agree with that completely. We all wanted to go to a queer summer camp, whether we were queer or not. That's just a fact. May or may not have been like diagnosed with mental illness as a kid, but damn, did you want to be? That would have just like clicked everything in your brain for you. Wow, we really needed that. You're cool as hell, sweet as sugar, and you definitely tried to be an interior designer at one point. You're basic. That's okay though. Who else would the brand Converse sell to? You are romantic to a fault. You do forgive creepy behavior. This is fine though. You are healthy, you're perfect, never change, and yes, you should purchase that cat you saw online. Hi there, I'm feeling mean again. Welcome back to What Fanfiction You Used to Read Says About You, Part 7. Boo, jump scare. Everyone's had a phase when they were obsessed with tortured men until they realized, oh my god, all men are tortured. Actually, for no reason. You reek of religious trauma, and you feel personally responsible for everyone's happiness around you, because you are. What the fuck was this, guys? You were like, ooh, a man who looks like a sad, dented ginger ale can holding a baby? Yes, please. You're down with the fact you can't see his face. In fact, it's actually preferred. That's because you don't want to be seen. You don't want to be perceived, ever, in any way. Speaking of fear of being seen, you love a man with a shtick. What could I say? A walking stick, because he's blind. You are the funniest person in the room by your own standards, and if you're not, it ruins your day. You take using humor as a coping mechanism way too far. You should feel something, please. You have boring, hot murderer number 1. If you're into Gail Hawthorne, you have been in love with every friend you've ever had. That's not your fault, though. You just have a big heart. And for some reason, even though you love all your friends, you don't text them back. You should text them back, sweetie. They're worried about you. Next, boring, hot murderer number 2. It's giving abandonment issues. It's giving, like, not cool in high school, but crush on popular football player. What is interesting about him? Literally nothing. He bakes. Wow. Then we have hot, flirtatious murderer. This was the correct choice for the Hunger Games, and you know that now. You do not like to flirt first. In fact, you'd like to do none of the work. You'd like to be approached. Flirting is too stressful, I understand. And then we have hot, sexy, scary murder. This is a lot to unpack. I can't do that for you on here. You should consult a doctor. This wasn't normal. Welcome back to What Fanfiction You Used to Read Says About You, part whatever. First of all, how dare you? How did this work for you? I mean, I get it. Smart, funny, tortured little guy. Yeah, like all the rest of them. He fits the bill, but he's also this. Favorite Disney princess was Belle, probably because you wanted to fuck the beast, and that's something you should unpack. Wouldn't be surprised if you, like, bragged about being the mom friend. That's not really a flex. That's more like a social pressure you put on yourself. This is so unhinged and queer of you. Wow. Like, guys, I know we're not well. I just didn't think we were this unwell. I feel like you had one of those random phases growing up, which is when you just removed your filter and you just completely put out there how mentally unwell you were and people thought you were joking. Oops. We have a Vampire Diaries as a whole, and yes, before you freak out, these two are included, okay? I'm talking to all of you. This is too harsh, but I think you might be a pathological liar. You love the melodrama, you love the drama, and you wish your life had more, so you made it up. You made it up, baby. You weren't getting a lot of attention at home, so you had to be the main character at school. So we have Zuko or Zuko and Katara. Yes, this is fan art. Thank you for asking. You were into this, congratulations. You're in love with every friend you've ever had. Sorry about that. Definitely some abandonment issues in there. Definitely some daddy issues in there. You know that already, and you choose to ignore it, but you do tell people you've overcome it, which we both know is not true. I see him. I was with you. We were all on the same boat. I don't know why you're still reading it in your mid-20s. Anyway, you reading fan fiction about anyone in this movie, even though we all know it's probably this guy, you're not straight. Welcome. Not only were you reading fan fiction about this for way too long, you also still shopped at Hot Topic for way too long. Jesus, branch out.
It's been kind of crazy in the world of fanfiction. For the past 48 hours, something came out and it's already being settled, but let me explain. So, a couple of weeks ago, yeah, this has been going on and no one really realized it, I don't think. Someone using the handle Plush Books had stolen over 500 works of fanfiction and of original fiction from fanfic.net, ao3, and what looked to be a couple other itty-bitty tiny websites, and then went ahead and republished them without editing on Amazon and on Barnes & Noble. Now, I don't know too much about the Barnes & Noble aspect of this story, and that's not really the important part. It's the fandom reaction that I want to touch on, because someone actually noticed 48 hours ago, and I found out about it 12 hours after that, and by this point, it was already being handled, and I didn't want to call too much attention to it because I was curious to see what's going to happen. Within 12 hours of this person or persons noticing and my finding their original tweet, there was a spreadsheet set up where they had all of the published stories listed along with where they had found them on fanfic, ao3, etc. All the authors listed and had they been contacted about what was going on. They had a form letter set up. They had instructions on how to help each other. And they were literally delving through pages and pages of different fandoms looking for, but basically, to quote, read from Chrono Minds, a specific needle in a pile of identical needles. Like, it was nothing short of amazing. I'm very much impressed. And from what it looks like, at least the Amazon part seems to be either handled or well on its way to being. I just want to give kudos to this group that set this up, this group that figured this out and got the ball rolling and got the news out there and got it done. Like, they didn't just pass the buck and move on. Like, they actually sat down, dug in, and did the job. Thank you guys. You guys did amazing. And that's the whole point of fandom, is to come together when there's a problem, not cutting one down, not just shove it to the side. It's to come together as a community. And this group, whose names I unfortunately don't have in front of me, and I highly regret that, they're the ones who exuded what true fandom is. They're the ones to keep an eye out for. I wish I could just applaud